which dismantling the local justice system? And can you really get away with committing heinous crimes if you simply look good? Hey humans of the world, I'm Pragya Gargi and today is Tuesday, which means it's time for True Crime Tuesday. Except that today I have a little different format for you all. It's a video essay where I will be touching upon the topic of our bias towards conventionally attractive people who conform to the societal beauty standards and its effect on our daily lives. It all started when I read this news about this TikToker guy Cameron Herron who took part in street racing and he hit into a mother and her baby and both of them died in this crash. 24-year-old Jessica and her daughter Lilia died because of the collision and Cameron was reportedly driving up to 160 miles per hour before colliding. Cameron initially pleaded not guilty, but later he admitted to the crime in April 2021 and he was sentenced to 24 years in prison. Now, there are people on the internet who feel that this punishment is too harsh and that he deserves a second chance. But why do they think so? Well, take a look at this picture. All three of these were involved in that street racing, but who stands out the most to you? The one in the middle, right? And that's because he has absolutely nailed to the T the TikToker soft boy look. This person, Cameron Herron, has amassed 2 million followers on his social media platform and he has a massive fan following. His fans are now campaigning with this hashtag Justice for Cameron where they are wanting for him to be released from jail early because they think he is just too cute to be in jail for that long. Yeah, that's literally their only line of reasoning. In fact, I'm attaching some of these tweets for you to check them out yourself. They're calling him innocent, brave, that he didn't do it on purpose, that he doesn't deserve, and they have started a petition for the same which has amassed over 27,000 people signing it. 27,000 people signing this petition for him to be released early from jail. And that exactly is pretty privilege. Pretty privilege is the concept that pretty people benefit in life from being perceived as beautiful. They are seen as more intelligent, more capable, and are likely to be easily employed as well. Yes, you heard that right. If you are conventionally good looking, then your chances of getting hired is higher. That rhymed. I am always rhyming in my videos, it's fun. Okay, so in one research, employers viewing the photographs of potential employees were inclined to increase salaries by nearly 10.5% to attractive people. Similarly, the halo effect implies that we subconsciously assume people's appearances are a reflection of their overall characters. So if your face is symmetrical, like they are in correct proportions, then people will assume that you make the right decisions, that you make the correct choices. Generally, attractive people are seen to be more sociable, more moral, more likely to succeed, more skilled, more appealing, and more competent. Attractive people tend to have a better physical health, better mental health, better dating experiences. They earn more money, obtain higher career positions than unattractive people. And of course, know this that when I'm saying attractive and unattractive, I only mean people who currently conform to the beauty standards we have right now. So you can see like throughout history, beauty standards have always changed. So what is attractive today might not be attractive later. So take it with a grain of salt when I'm using these terms. Now coming back, even in romantic spheres, attractive people take the cake. A study from Chapman University discovered that out of the desirable traits for a long-term partner, 84% of female participants and 92% of male participants reported good looking as an essential quality. So pretty privilege is like many other privileges which do exist in society. It is very real even when it comes to criminals. Take the examples of Ted Bundy or Richard Ramirez. Both of these were extremely violent serial killers, and when I say extremely violent, imagine the worst. They were merciless, gross, and the crimes were very, very heinous and gruesome. But owing to their looks, they received fan mails while they were on trial. Ted Bundy, who had killed over 30 women, was getting sympathy and support from other women who found him attractive. In fact, in an article about Ted Bundy, I had read that if forensic evidence hadn't been there, he might well have got off because he was quite charming and he knew how to work with people. And also Richard Ramirez, one girl, after he was convicted, married him. Like, she saw in him a potential partner. She was so drawn to this rampant killer. I'm sure if you've seen my video on Yuka Takauka, you would know exactly what I'm talking about right now. She too was a crazed killer and she was gaining a lot of fans online. Similarly to this case of Isabella Guzman, who was an 18-year-old girl who killed her mother by stabbing her 79 times, and she was a trend on TikTok. And the prime example of this could be Jeremy Meeks. I'm pretty sure at least some of you have seen his mugshot, which went viral. The daughter of a billionaire, Philip Green, got enamored by him. She took fancy to him and decided to marry him, and now she has a son with him who is the sole heir to this billionaire's entire empire. Jeremy Meeks had a wife and a child before, but he left her for this billionaire's daughter, and that simply shows that he has a nasty personality. But what is the ground reality? Do attractive criminals fare better than their unattractive counterparts? According to a study, the effects of physical attractiveness on judges was so influential that they fined unattractive criminals 304% higher than attractive criminals. However, good news, attractiveness has nothing to do when it comes to the judge's verdict of guilt. Attractive and unattractive criminals were equally convicted guilty. The case of Cameron Herron proves that we still have this issue of romanticizing criminals, having sympathy for them just because they look decent enough, when beauty should never make you get away with committing crimes unpunished. Moreover, these fans, they justified what Cameron did. They said that it was really just an accident, it happened by mistake. But come on, racing on the street is not an accident. It is common sense that if you drive that fast, like at that crazy speed, it's very likely that you might crash into someone and cause a fatal damage. Now, there was this one mind-numbing comment which I read, which said that that man who lost his beautiful wife and adorable daughter, the comment said that that man can build his family again. But what about Cameron Herron, who would now have to spend almost his entire life in jail? And it just made me sick to the core. How can you invalidate another person's pain to this extent? How can you say something like they can build their family again when they literally just lost their wife and daughter? So this was the extent of support Cameron was getting, and now he has deleted all of his TikToks from online, but people are still getting it from somewhere and making edits out of it and romanticizing him. So what can we do? We discussed the problem. What is the potential solution? Researchers suggest that to combat this, we should untrain our bias towards physically attractive people. Untraining your biases not only makes you more aware of yourself, but this new awareness creates well-being. So I'm very curious, what has your experience been with pretty privilege? Which end of the spectrum have you been on? Let me know down your stories, your points and comments, anything of value which you want to add down in the comment section below. I really like reading your insightful comments. Also, to raise such awareness, please share this video, guys, and give it a thumbs up if you liked it and took away something from it. I'll see you the next time with another video. Take care of yourself till then. Bye bye.